All right, good morning. Today I am going to be making some moves in the market. Nothing fancy. As you can see from the page, it's fixed income, bonds, and CDs. So maybe about 6 months ago, I bought a CD and everything was finalized, I believe, yesterday. Spent $1,000. I got $12 and something back. Sure, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it was the 5%. I think it was 5.05. That's what I did last time. So I got a new $1,000 and it's time to go hunting again for what I'm going to buy next. So if you see here, today I'm going to be using Fidelity, which I mentioned before is one of my main accounts. So if I go to research fixed income bonds and CDs, it brings me to this page. If I scroll down a bit, it shows a table of the different bonds available to me. So taxable, municipal, corporate Bs, As, agency. I don't really mess with any of this stuff right now. Not that you can't. I just don't have a reason to. I focus specifically on the top two, the CDs and the US Treasury. And I also only focus on this time frame right here, the 3 month, the 6 month, the 9 month, and the 1 year. And what I do here typically is I look for whatever is giving me the highest rate within that period. So right now, treasuries are the highest for the treasury is 5.33 for the 9 months, and the highest for the CD is 5.45% for the 1 year. So I live in a tax-free state, so I don't have to worry about state taxes for CDs. So that's fine for me. But if I did live in a state that taxed, then I likely would be buying the treasuries just so that I don't have to deal with state taxes, etc. Okay, so 1 year, I'm gonna click on this. I don't need the money. I know I wouldn't need the money in 1 year, so that's fine. So it looks like JP Morgan Chase is available at 5.45%, which is a little sad for me because I know my wife, she has JP Morgan Chase, and I've been trying to get her to buy CDs, and the rates that she is getting are like 3.5% and so on. And that's kind of why I switched to these brokered CDs as well. They're just much better rates than you can get at your bank. So this JP Morgan one is 5.45%. Um, let's see here. I don't have to worry about any state restrictions, FDIC insured. There's a lot of them out there. 17,896. The maturity date is 6/26/2004, and the settlement date is 6/27/2023. Today is 6/22, so that means that this will start if this quantity hasn't been sold by this date, then that's when the purchase would be made. Otherwise, the purchases, this will be closed off to investors like you and I on 6/27, regardless of whether all of them are sold or not. So I'm going to click on buy. It's not call protected, but as I said in my last video, I'm not worried about that too much. If it gets called, it gets called. It makes it a 3-month versus a 6-month or whatever. So I click buy. Okay. Fidelity does offer fractional CDs, but I haven't gotten into those as yet. I think the last time I checked, to be honest with you, the rates were not exactly the best rate. So, as compared to when you actually do have $1,000 to invest in a CD, so that might not necessarily be the best option. Might be better off putting it into their money market fund and wait until you have $1,000. Okay, so I select my account. Let's see here. All right, I am going to buy one. One represents $1,000 at 5.45%. All right, I'm gonna preview the order. Okay, just the fine print I have to read. So settlement date, trade date. I'm going to click to buy. All right. So I made the order. The open period, as I mentioned, is it's out there. So June 27th is the settlement date. If everything gets sold before then that comes earlier. If not, they wait until this date, and then at that date, I would have purchased this CD for a year. All right. That ends this market move for today.